Okay, now here's a question I get all the time. Weeki Wachee or Hernando Beach? You might think Weeki Wachee and Hernando Beach are twins, but in reality, they're not really even cousins. So if you ever wonder what it's like really living in Weeki Wachee or Hernando Beach, they're neighbors on the map, but worlds apart on the vibe. And I'm gonna dig into it in this video and give you all of the distinctions between them. Now, Weeki Wachee has that spring-fed calm, 74 degrees water at the state park, manatees cruising past the old mermaid show like they've got lifetime passes or they're a resident. Hernando Beach, it's a whole different rhythm. Canal lines off of Shoreline Boulevard, shrimp baskets at sunset, and boats heading out before breakfast like the Gulf's calling them by name. Most folks think, well, they're 10 minutes apart, how different can they really be? Well, that's like saying a kayak and a center console do the same job. We both know that's not true. Now, if you pick the right one, living in Florida's nature coast goes from dream on paper to your every weekend reality. Two different lifestyles, one coastline, but only one will actually feel like home to you. Hi guys, I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team at Remax in Spring Hill, Florida. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I don't do sugar-coated Florida. I give you the real version, the one that smells like salt air and sunscreen with a side of, watch your step, that's not a stick, it's a gator. Out here, life runs on water. Mornings on the Weeki Wachee River are glass clear and quiet. Evenings in Hernando Beach carry that mix of boat fuel, fried shrimp, and sea breeze that tells you that the day's been well spent. My team is specialists in helping out which type of water fits their rhythm, because around here your zip code isn't just an address, it's a personality type. And the coast here doesn't so much whisper as it hums. Calm mornings, wild weekends, and the kind of quiet that still feels alive as well. Once you catch that rhythm, everything else, housing, community, cost of living, just clicks right in. Now, living in Weeki Wachee feels like you stumbled into a spring that forgot how to age. That 74-degree water never changes. Glass clear, quiet enough to hear the paddle drip, and the manatees slide by like slow ghosts in the current. Mornings smell like minerals and moss, and the mist clings to your shirt till the sun finally burns it off in the afternoon. It's slow, calm, clean, and the kind of stillness that makes the rest of Florida feel like it's way too loud for people. And then less than 10 minutes away, Hernando Beach cranks up the volume for people. Salt in the air, low hum of engines warming up at the marinas, fried shrimp scent rolling off the restaurants, gulls heckling from the docks. Scallopers crowd the flats in the summer, chasing that short season treasure before the FWC calls time on it. And by sunset, the canals glow pink, and somebody's always blasting classic rock from a boat that should have been home an hour ago. Back to Weeki Wachee, which is barefoot mornings and spring runs that rinse your brain clean. And Hernando Beach, salt, speed, and a sky so wide it dares you to sit still. Very different speeds, same heartbeat, and that kind of makes you wonder how anyone survives fluorescent lighting after you live here for a while. It really is like taking a step back in time into some of old Florida that you might not think still exists. Now, if you're picturing yourself in this rhythm, spring calm or Gulf current, that's literally what my team helps people figure out every single week. We're locals first, agents second, and it shows in every single deal that we do. We've been helping families for 20 years, over 2,000 of them at this point make the move. So call us, text us, email us, or set up a Zoom at the link. All the info is in the description, because out here, choosing where to live isn't just a move, it's finding the version of Florida that finally fits you. Now, out here, the outdoors isn't background. It's the whole point of living here in the first place. Weeki Wachee is a spring that never quits. 74 degrees year-round. It's beautiful. It's clear as glass, and then the manatees are gliding by like slow-motion locals out there. When that first cold snap hits, they head upriver for the warmth, and you just float, lucky to borrow a minute from a 1,000-year-old current. But respect the rules. No touching them, no chasing them, please. The river's wild, not a theme park, and that's why the park caps launches. Every careless paddle leaves a mark, literally, and clarity doesn't forgive. And then 10 minutes southwest is Hernando Beach, where it wakes up loud, there's salt in the air, diesel humming from the docks, and the Bayport Trail filling with paddlers chasing tide and sunlight. Dolphins cut across the marsh, ospreys dive, and there's always one guy in flip-flops with a net in one hand and public sub in the other hand like it's a local tradition. So I want to hear from you guys. Drop your favorite Florida day on the water down in the comments. I always love seeing how everyone defines their perfect nature coast morning on the water. Now, if you can time it right, you're gliding through mangrove corridors so calm you can hear the paddle echo. Time it wrong and you're scraping seagrass and laughing your way back to the ramp. It's happened to everybody. You think you found a shortcut near Jenkins Creek and you end up dragging the kayak back like a stubborn shopping cart. And the locals are just there waving, and everyone learns the tides the hard way here. Then come the summer, scallop season flips the Gulf into Florida's favorite treasure hunt. Masks, fins, mesh bags, and a cooler waiting on every deck. Every dive's a reminder the ocean still gives back if we treat it the right way. This isn't a place to sightsee, it's a place to belong to. And that pulse out on the water, it isn't just wildlife, it's the people who build their lives around it. Here, the culture doesn't just live by the water, it grows out of it. Weeki Wachee's heartbeat isn't just that famous mermaid show, although that's a big part of it, it's how the whole town still shows up like it's opening night. Generations have been raised on spring water and nostalgia, and the neighbors who know the river rules by instinct aren't shy about reminding newcomers why they matter. Don't think of it as policing, think of it more as protection. Take care of the spring and it will remember your name, that kind of thing. And like I said, Hernando Beach though, that's more saltwater grit with a side of pride. You'll see folks swapping tide charts and beer wrecks at the marina, talking about engines and weather like their old family stories. Every canal's its own little world. Porches turned into docks, weekend fish fries that start with a few friends and end up being the whole street. And if your neighbor offers you a smoked mullet at 9 in the morning, don't overthink it, that can be considered breakfast over there. And then there's local events that pull everyone together, so the front porch art walks, the boat parades, the scallop fests that feel more like family reunions than festivals. Swamp Fest is a big thing down there as well, I love that event. Around here, belonging isn't about being born local, it's about showing up, pitching in and treating the coast like it's your responsibility too. And that's the thing about the nature coast, I guess, that makes it feel a little bit different is it doesn't hand out welcome mats, it hands you an oar. And once you've paddled with the current long enough, you stop asking if you fit in because suddenly you realize that you just do. And once that sense of belonging hits, when neighbor could mean the guy next door or the dolphin in your canal, the next question is obvious. Where do you actually put down roots? All right, so let's talk about the housing and neighborhood feel because here's where the vibes meet the mortgages. Weeki Wachee and Hernando Beach might share the same sunshine, but their homes tell two totally different stories. Weeki Wachee still feels very much like Florida before it got hurried, so think of riverfront cottages tucked under live oaks, a few newer builds sneaking in between, and neighborhoods where kayaks sit in driveways instead of cars. It's the kind of place where the morning light just hits the water first and everything slows down enough to notice it. Property lines blur into wild palms, and the soundtrack is frogs, sprinklers, and an outboard humming somewhere downriver. It's definitely not cookie cutter, it's the kind of place where a crooked porch feels like a charm, not a project. But you'll definitely notice the difference in Hernando Beach, it's a whole different story. So think canal front living, boat lifts out back, and homes designed around sunsets. But there's still some variety, you've got everything from mid-century stilts to sleek coastal moderns, a mix of old soul and new money. It's really incredible to see what's being built out there. I never would have imagined 20 years ago when I came here that there would be million-dollar mansions out there or several $1 million. It's really changed quite a bit over that time period. But it still maintains a kind of humble, everyday grit. The canals carved through the neighborhoods like streets built by the tide, and every turn leads you to the Gulf. Most homes are barely 15 minutes from the open water, which is rare for Florida at this price point. You'll spot Pelican mailboxes, faded Bucks flags, and someone tinkering on a trolling motor before breakfast. And that's local charm that you can't script. My parents had a house down there, they loved it, and I loved going down to stay with them sometimes on the weekend. Both places have that small town wave and neighborly pace, but the energy shifts for sure. Weeki Wachee's for the laid-back nature lover who trades speed for serenity, whereas Hernando Beach might be for the waterbound doer, the one who wants to ride the tide, not just watch it, and enjoy partying on the weekend out at the flats. And the prices follow the personality. Weeki Wachee still gives first-time buyers room to breathe, slightly bigger lots, older homes, but a little bit more elbow space. And Hernando Beach runs pricier, but for a reason. You get the canal access, the sunset views, and it's a pretty steady short-term rental market that keeps the values anchored down there. But unmistakably, both of them are real Florida, just two different ways of living it. One gives you the space to drift into nature, the other plugs you straight into it. There's no wrong choice, just the one that feels right when you picture yourself there. And once you've pictured that dream view, the boat lift or backyard spring, reality taps you on the shoulder and says, how easy is it to live here? Well, that's where we come in and we make it easy. Now, here's the part no one glamorizes on Instagram, the everyday rhythm. The school runs, the grocery stops, did I remember the sunscreen mornings, but on the nature coast, even the errands feel a little bit different. The weekday mornings feel kind of like they should do. Light traffic under oak canopies sometimes, stop at a coffee at the Silver Dolphin or a biscuit from that spot off of Cortez. You'll spend more time chatting with the same waitress than you will stuck at a red light. There's none down there. Groceries, well, Publix on US 19, but there are a couple of local markets to give you the basics. And then Spring Hill's only a 10-minute drive away. It holds nearly all of the county's big box shopping. Tampa's about an hour away if you want big city pulse. but to be honest with you, once you're home, you're not going to want to leave there very much. Hernando Beach lives by tides and timing, not clock hands. The daily soundtrack sounds a bit like bait buckets clinking and an outboard firing up near shoreline. And there's the unmistakable smell of salt and diesel in the air. It's that working waterfront heartbeat that the local loves, where errands fit between high tide and happy hour, or maybe not at all. And the same Spring Hill stores are easily within reach of Weeki Wachee and Hernando Beach. There's no difference there. Now it's worth noting that neither town is built for instant convenience. They're built for sanity. So you'll trade a few minutes of drive time for sure, but just wind the windows down and feel that sea breeze kicking in, and it knocks the day right out of your shoulders and helps you feel more relaxed. It's not going to feel like a chore doing it. So real talk, would you rather live where errands take a little bit longer but your stress levels disappear by the time you hit the driveway, or stay close to every single store and deal with the noise and traffic? Drop your vibe in the comment. I reply to every single one of you guys. But both Weeki Wachee and Hernando Beach remind you that commute doesn't have to mean chaos. Here, the drive home is half of the therapy. Because at some point, you've just got to ask the question, which lifestyle actually fits you? The spring-fed calm or the saltwater hustle? So let's talk about Weeki Wachee first. The pros hit you fast. The spring-fed water isn't just pretty, it's the entire heartbeat of the place. The river stays a glass clear 74 degrees year round, and there's a good chance you'll paddle past manatees before breakfast. I've been out there many times and very rarely failed to see one. It's peaceful, family level friendly, and still feels relatively untouched. The park limits launches, not to gatekeep, but to protect that magic kind of clarity. And property prices stay pretty reasonable. The lots are wide, and the neighborhoods are quiet enough that you can hear frogs before traffic. Now for the reality check though. Weeki Wachee does move slow, and that's not built for everybody, of course. You'll drive a little longer to find a solid dinner spot, or your Wi-Fi might decide it's on island time and just pack in completely. But the slowness isn't a flaw, it's a feature out here. What some call nothing to do, locals call finally breathing again. So if you're used to the city speed, that first month can feel like a dead stop, but locals figured out the fix a long time ago. Trade Netflix for night paddles, swap takeout for dock dinners, and suddenly the quiet doesn't feel empty anymore. And then, like I said, there's Hernando Beach. If Weeki Wachee is a kayak glide, Hernando's a throttle twist. The pros are obvious. Direct canal access into the Gulf, homes barely 15 minutes from open Gulf waters, and sunsets that turn driveways into postcards. It's built for people who live by the tides. Anglers, boaters, and anyone who finds peace in the sound of dock lines creaking. Homes here can span from the 70s, stilt charmers, to modern waterfront builds with dock lights that look like runway beacons. It's one of the few coastal pockets left in Florida where you can still own a slice of water life without paying the sort of prices that you're going to find in Naples or even down in Clearwater or Tarpon Springs for that matter. Now sure, the upkeep is real in these places and the mosquitoes show up uninvited, or the no-see-ums as we call them. That's Florida being Florida, and that's just part of it. But that's just the tax of living in the place where water literally shapes your day-to-day life. You'll pay a little more, but you'll live closer to everything people moved to Florida for in the first place. Both places will challenge how you define perfect. Weeki Wachee turns silence into a lifestyle. Hernando Beach turns motion into meaning. One invites you to slow down and reconnect with what matters. The other keeps your pulse synced with the tides. Different rhythms, same coastline, and either way, you'll never look at moving inland the same way again. So now that we've stripped it all down, the calm, the chaos, and everything in between, the real question isn't which one's better, it's which one feels like home to you. All right, so this is where the Florida dream splits paths just a little bit, because choosing between Weeki Wachee and Hernando Beach isn't about which one's prettier on a postcard, it's about which one syncs with your own individual type of wiring. If you're the kind of person who needs calm to think straight, Weeki Wachee might just be your reset button. If you like waking up to the sound of sprinklers, not engines, your idea of a good Saturday is loading up the paddleboard and floating through glass clear 74-degree water under cypress shade and spotting the manatee glide by, then Weeki Wachee's the place. Around here, it's just common sense. Stay in your boat, don't drag the kayak, and protect that seagrass like it's sacred. The rhythm here, patient, quiet, intentional. You value stillness, space, and neighbors who wave without needing to talk your ear off. You want Florida that still feels untouched. But if you're down for motion, the smell of salt air, and the pull of the tide, Hernando Beach was built for you. You'll love knowing your backyard can now connect straight to the Gulf. You're the kind who keeps a bag ready in the truck. If the weather's good, you're gone before sunrise. You just don't want to live near the water, you want to live on it. Locals know exactly which tides uncover the grass flats and when dolphins chase bait at the mouth of Jenkins Creek. You thrive where life meets moves on tide charts, not calendars. And sure, The no-see-ums might greet you before your neighbors do, but that's Florida being Florida. And here's the thing, you can't really choose wrong because both places deliver to Florida most people don't even know still exists. Weeki Wachee restores you, Hernando Beach recharges you. So instead of asking which one's better, ask which one matches the way you actually live. That's the real win, finding the version of the nature coast that feels like you built it yourself. And if you're already picturing which porch view feels right, the river or the Gulf, hang tight because the next step is where it gets real. What happens once you've made your pick? And how we can help make that move happen. So guys, Weeki Wachee or Hernando Beach, two sides of Florida that still feel real before real estate turned everything else into a postcard. No pretense, no theme park gloss, just water, wildlife, and a rhythm that still beats very local. We actually just helped a couple swap Tampa traffic for a backyard where the manatees are drifting past the dock every morning, and they texted us a few weeks ago to say, best decision ever. And that's what living here does. It resets your pace and your lifestyle totally. So if you're ready to make the same move, our real estate team is the one locals trust to make it happen. Like I said, you can call us, you can text us, you can email us, you can set up a Zoom at the link down below. We help people find their place on the water in the Florida's nature coast every single week. We can help you make those decisions between whether to be on the river or whether to be on Gulf access, whether to be on Hernando Beach North or the South, depending on whether you want Florida charm or a little bit more kept up HOA feel. But be quick because the best waterfront homes do go fast and you wouldn't want to miss out on those. But before you go, check out our Living on Florida's Nature Coast playlist. It's your locals only starter pack for the area. Real neighborhoods, hidden gems, and the truth about what it actually feels like to live here. Thanks for watching. I hope to hear from you soon and show you around town. Until next time, I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team. It's time to love where you live.